Detour 1.5 miles ahead.
It's all part of the adventure.
Welcome back to Suits to Sandals. We are Dre, Wiley, and Maisha. And in this series, we're going to take you guys along with us on our second bike tour. Come along as we ride the historic Chesapeake and Ohio Canal Towpath along the Potomac River. 185 miles from Cumberland, Maryland to Washington, D.C. It says morning of day 6. Devil's Alley Campground. Right on the river, really pretty.
It's about 9 a.m. We're at lock 58 on the C&O. I think around mile marker 150, maybe? Ish.
Right there.
Oh yeah, it's right there. It's a little brisk this morning, so I just have my rain jacket on to cut the wind. And not sure how far we're going today. We'll see how the day goes. Hopefully it warms up a little.
Maisha. Day 2 on the C&O. Yesterday the high hit 71, 72, something like that. Nice warm sunny day. Big difference this morning, huh Maisha? It is chilly. My fingers are frozen. We were up and at 'em and on the trail by 9. There was fog coming off the river. Looked pretty neat. And we got about 20 miles to the town of Hancock for a resupply. I think we'll see if we can shoot for 35 or 40 miles again today. See what happens.
We're gonna stop at the next campsite and feed Maisha. She wasn't hungry this morning when we left the campsite, so we're gonna see if she'll eat her breakfast, fill up our water. And the last sign we saw, we were about 13 miles outside of Hancock. So we're probably 8 now. We are in a green tunnel today, so even if the sun comes out, we might not get some of that warmth, unfortunately. Maybe it'll open up. We are coming close into Hancock. Once we get there, we are going to try and get a little bit of a resupply. Don't think we have exactly enough food to get us to DC. And then we're very flexible on where we're gonna stay tonight, and it's really nice that the campsite signs basically say like how many miles it is to the next campsite. So we're probably just gonna do what we did yesterday and, you know, go by the signs, see how we feel. I know we'll do at least 30, trying to keep it between 30 and 40 miles each day. Still be able to relax, not work too hard. It is exhausting towing her, so 30 to 40 feels good on this gravel towpath trail. Passing by another one of the campgrounds. This one is Leopard's Mill. Next one is White Rock.
blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see.
So we just crossed the canal to dip into a town called Hancock. Biggest town we've seen in probably 60 miles. Might be the only town we've seen in 60 miles. So we're just gonna pop in, resupply, try to grab a quick lunch so we can eat some proper food instead of camp food. As soon as you don't have Maisha, you need your jacket back on.
So we just got a small resupply, then grabbed some food at Hardee's because there's not a ton of options in town of Hancock and we wanted something on the quicker side. Today is definitely our coldest day so far. I think the high is going to be 60 maybe. Wiley's already got his puffy out. I'm good using my rain jacket as a windbreaker right now, and I'm towing Maisha this leg, so I think I'll stay warm enough in this. There is a frost advisory for tonight in Hancock. We're probably going to go at least 10, 15, maybe 20 more miles, so maybe as we head south and east it'll get a little bit warmer tonight, but I think tonight's probably going to be our chilliest night so far.
All right, back on trail. We just left Hardee's, classed it up a little bit for lunch. Now that our bellies are full, going back across the bridge to get to the canal. Actually, we're crossing the canal. Let's get back on trail. And we're back. So this section of the C&O, which is near Hancock, started before then, and I'm sure it's going to go on for a little bit, is less traveled because there is an actual paved rail trail right next to it. You can't see it on camera, but it is not far away, and I think as a result this gets less use. Because it gets less use, the tire width area that we have is less, so Maisha's trailer actually spends a lot more time on the grass than it was previously, and you can feel it. You can definitely feel the rolling resistance has gone up a little since most of our ride yesterday. Not complaining, but just an observation. Foundation from one of the blockhouses. So that guy up ahead of us, he just passed us. Then he quickly stopped. And the reason he did is he was like, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. He's like, are you the guys I've seen before on YouTube? And we're like, come on, nobody knows who we are. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I saw you do a greenway. And then we started talking about the East Coast Greenway. So if he ever watches our future videos, he's gonna see a long distance shot of himself. We didn't catch his name because he's the first person who officially recognized us that we don't know who saw us on the trail. So that's pretty cool. It's a small world.
We are now 30 miles in for the day, and we just switched, so Wiley has Maisha. We're gonna get to the next campsite. That would put us roughly 36 miles, see how the legs feel, if we want to stay there or go to the next one. The trail keeps on going from like single track to wide, like the gap, then back to single track. So when it is single track, it is a little bit more exhausting with the trailer because you're dragging her wheels through the tall grass. But it's still pretty manageable. The trail is a lot drier as well today, so we're not going through as much mud, which is nice. We did get pretty covered in mud yesterday. And it looks like we shouldn't have any rain from now until we finish the trail. So we should be able to at least stay dry, so that's awesome as well. It is 4:30 and we just got to the North Mountain hiker-biker campsite. It's 9 miles to the Jordan Junction, which is the next one. We've both decided that we are gonna make our way to Jordan Junction tonight. So we're currently about 34 trail miles done today, and that'll put us way ahead of like our target. So 9 more miles until we tent camp tonight. We are at mile marker 107. I think we're gonna end up at about 100 or 101 tonight, we've decided. This is a cool little part of the trail. The canal just ended, and it must be, I'm assuming, because of the cliffs on this side. So they must have had to drag the boats up the Potomac against the current for this stretch. Pretty interesting.
Right on the edge of the Potomac now. Pretty cool part of the trail. Crossing the canal. It's like a nice dam.
So tonight we're staying at Jordan's Junction campsite. We have the bikes over here. We've already set up the tent. Same idea, there's a porta potty right next to the trail, and we have a picnic table. So we're gonna stay here tonight. It's only a couple miles outside of Williamsport, and we will pick this back up in the morning.